Is this a surprise?
I guess you could go both ways on this, Rish. I mean, I would say it's maybe a little surprising for those who would have remembered just 2 weeks ago, a day after Julie's arrest, Toyota put forward its president, Akio Toyoda, which is a bit of a rarity for the president of the company to come out in public, and he very quickly defended this executive, Julie Hamp. Did come out and say that he didn't think she intentionally broke Japanese laws, and really talked about sort of casting doubt on whether the company provided enough support for her move here to Japan. On the other hand, just given the very strict laws here governing drugs and the way the police have pursued Julie, really it's looking awfully unlikely that she was going to be able to stay in Japan anyway. And I guess on that token, if she can't stay in Japan, she can't really fulfill her duties as chief communications officer for the company. So it's perhaps not surprising that she's now leaving the company.
Well, what's next for her?
Going forward, next week we'll get a determination from the prosecutors as to what move they want to take from here. It'll be interesting to see whether this resignation will be viewed from their perspective as almost a sign of contrition. There's really little else to get out of this from their perspective. They've already sort of made an example out of her. She's no longer, a high-profile public figure, having, left Toyota. So there will be a determination as to whether or not she'll face jail time or whether she'll just be sent home and back to the U.S.
Well, it doesn't say a lot, does it, for these diversity pushes by Toyota and indeed Japan as a whole here?
Right. It's really a potentially a concern for those who value, bringing in outsiders and fresh ideas and diversity of opinions or views within these companies in Japan. Julie obviously was someone that was being followed quite closely, being the first female executive within Toyota, but she was also the first foreigner who was going to be permanently stationed in Japan for Toyota. So it's not only a blow for womenomics, if you will, here in Japan, but also really raises some questions about just how committed companies will be in hiring and promoting foreigners as well, in addition to women within Japan Inc. Because after all, Toyota is such an influential company here in Japan. It's really a role model within Japan Inc.